Hello, hello. This is for anybody that is dealing with big emotions and big feelings, which I think could be every human being on the planet at this moment in time. I find it interesting that in one of the readings today, we hear that God is a living stone. I find those two parallels quite interesting. But I think what's important to know is that if truth is true one place, it's true everywhere. And I think our God is a God of the living. There is no death in God. There's just, death is not a period, it's a comma. That's I like that saying. But everything is living and it has this heartbeat, and we are these beings that are filled with energy and light and love and curiosity and fear and all of these different things. But why I bring this up is because I think even feelings in themselves, grief is a living thing in my experience that I've had. And every living thing needs tenderness and mercy and love and attention. And the thing is, we've so often been taught or our inclination can be to push away the difficult things and to push away the hard things or the things that don't feel good. But what I found is in an experience yesterday, I had a difficult memory and a difficult feeling. And I didn't want to feel it, and I didn't want to remember it. But what I experienced was, if grief is a living thing, and these emotions are a living thing, and they're not longing to be categorized as good or bad, and they're not longing to, they're not there to get you. If I can see that grief or that moment as almost a child. I mean, if a child came up to me having difficult feelings and having is scared and wanting to talk about something, if I would never push that child away, or it wouldn't be the healthy thing to do anyway. And sometimes we need to say, give mom a moment or whatever. But just for the purpose of this example, what you do to being with a living, breathing child that's crying or scared is you hold them. And you say, I'm here. I love you. It's okay. And so what I decided to do was let myself feel the emotion, was let myself remember the memory. And I let myself be with it. And I called somebody and I talked with them. And that's what that living thing needed, was tenderness and mercy for me to say, I see you, I remember you, you're a part of my experience. Breathe in, breathe out, let go. And it was good. And so I wanted to share that experience. And I think it's important that we have steps of grief, and there's all of these things, these concrete things that we can look at and see. But it's also important to know that all living things, they shift and they change and they're spontaneous, and boom, there they are. And all of them are longing for tenderness and mercy and acknowledgement. And so if that can be helpful to anybody in this time, I hope that it could touch the heart somehow. And something that came to me in what I was painting yesterday, and it's the darks and the lights that make the painting pop. So if I want the really brights to pop, you add some dark lines along with it. And I thought, wow, if it's true one place, it's true everywhere. That's the texture of the painting. And that's the texture of life. And our God is a living God. calling us forward. And you, beloved, are a spiritual house, wrapped in tenderness and mercy. And may you pause and breathe and know that love holds you in all of those difficult times and in all of the joyful times. Grace and peace.